Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Keona. Why is it frozen? Oh, it like froze up for a second, so I'm hoping the intro did not get frozen. So, yes. Hi, my name is Keona. I mainly do diamond painting content, and today we are working on a WIP Chat. It's been a while since I've sat there and diamond painted with you. It's been a while since I've really diamond painted. I did get some more done on this diamond painting, though. I owe y'all a time lapse, I do. I do keep up to date with everything for the time lapse and all that, so we're good. Now, I'm not going to go through the accessories I use. You can ask me. They might be listed down below, but there's no guarantee. We're about to have a visitor hop up on the diamond painting table if I don't stop her now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My little girl who's on her way. That's Miss Princess Peach. He's like, Mom, pay attention to me. So I had to stop her before she got up here. I am working on the Magician table. It's round from DAC. The artist is Emilie Jarrige. Again, if I've butchered her name, I am so sorry. And we've been working on this for a while. The fact is, I haven't been diamond painting, so it hasn't really gotten very far. But hopefully we can get some done today. Get some progress. So I am just going to stop this clip and we're going to move on into the WIP Chat. I do that to keep it easier for the time lapse so you don't end up with this stuff on the time lapse, right? Yeah. So let's spend the next hour like hanging out and talk about our week and shit, or I don't know, whatever I feel like talking about. And it's already been muted, or it pauses the comments. It disables the comments on me because I curse. I don't know. And also, no, do not spill my drink. Okay, let me get this cat somewhere and then we'll restart and we'll get all into position to actually get to diamond painting. Okay, I got Sam to come get the kitty. So let's get into this. Let's just open her up. Look at that. Nice and smooth. I do have my Kindle right here, but it is a little much to hold on to, so I got a little piece of cardboard that I've been writing times on, and I'll just put it either into my Kindle or into the fucking, look at me already cursing, me, into the Gems Flow. That's what it's called, Gems Flow. What time is it? It is 12:49 p.m. on a Sunday. Hopefully I'll actually get this out to y'all on a Sunday. I don't know. Things have been crazy over here. They really have. And it's a good type of crazy. It's basically, I've been busy with the shop, and I know, I sat there and I said, oh, the shop won't stop me from creating content. I was wrong. I was wrong. I really was. Can y'all see that? I like showing it. Okay, we might have to move this over a little bit. So you can see it. There you go. I like showing what symbol I'm working on. Now it's all crooked. Like, we don't care. I care. Yeah, I like showing y'all what I'm working on. Like the color, it's more for the time lapse than for y'all, but y'all get a bonus out of it. I don't think anybody pays attention to the time lapse though. And deciding to go parts instead of weeks has really let off a lot of the pressure that I've had. Because the main reason I haven't been creating content is, for the longest time, up until about a week ago, I was using my diamond painting table as also my work table. Which, yes, I still use it as my work table. But I was using it as everything. It was all I had. Because I have two other tables plus my desk here. And my desk is always too cluttered because it's got 2 computers on it, 4 monitors, a printer. It's just filled, okay? And then my long skinny table by the AC it's skinny. I can't really do much on it, so instead I have like my curing box, I have my queue for things I have to do, stuff like that. It had some packing supplies on it, but I moved them recently. And I had this doom table. I call it a doom table. For the longest time, it was piled high. It was piled 2 feet high. And it's one of those folding tables. They're like 6 feet wide. Like 6 feet by 3 feet or something like that. Why'd I only pull that many out? I don't know. And so it was piled 2 feet high, completely full and piled 2 feet high. And one day I just got frustrated with it and cleaned the whole thing off. And then I organized it to have like shipping things on it. And I'm like, no, I don't like this. And then I did it again. And it was just like, now I'm doing so much work on it. And it's not just resin stuff. I've been working on the wax, which y'all saw in the kitten chat, which I am using in my single placer today. There it is. Yeah, I poured it in a cup like this, right? This is Formula 3, which honestly was still a failure. This is the final formula. This is the one that I'm in testing stages with, and see how I've only used a tiny bit for my single placer? Yeah. That one, I have a couple going out this week, or this coming week, to some friends of mine. They're going to test for me, and all I need is them to go, yes. And then it's listed. Because I have 12 made in this scent. And that is bacon pancakes. Yes, the first scent is bacon pancakes. I don't know if I talked about that last time. I don't know what I talked about. And my content makes me cringe. Which says something, because when people show my clips, or I go through my clips, I'm like, cringe, you know, or whatever. But my own content makes me cringe. So I don't listen to myself. It's weird. It's not really weird, but to me it's weird. I'm having issues. I can't tell. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't tell if that single one was behind the next row or part of this row. So I had to flatten things. Now, I still am using Randa's Putty in my multi-placer. And like I said before, I do have a whole formula to do Putty, but I don't know about it. And I also discovered that I can add essential oils into the resin. So I'm thinking maybe making a matching bacon pancakes wax minder to go with it. Not a frog, I'm thinking just a teddy titty, because that's the original. Yeah. We'll see. I've had people ask me, because my second scent that's releasing is vanilla latte. But, I've had somebody already ask me if I could just do a French vanilla or just do a coffee or something like that. Don't do the infusions. And I'm like, oh yeah, 100%. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, because if they like the bacon pancakes, which they'll be getting this week, one of the people who are testing it, or getting a trial, they have not agreed to test it. I am just sending some friends some trials and be like, hey, and I don't have a lot of diamond painting friends. Like, I have a group of diamond painting friends, that's it. And they're all met through Miss Coffee, because I'm a mod for Miss Coffee, and all of us mods have become friends. So, and if I have their address, they have no choice. They're just getting being sent a prototype. Like, here, try this! Yeah. So I got 6 prototypes to send, and I don't know who's getting them yet. I know one is because she ordered from me. And I'm thinking another one is... I got an idea of who is, because I'm going towards the active diamond painters and sending to them. Yeah. And here, I'll show you the packaging real quick. I'm so proud of this. This is the first one I have up. It's stuck. So, this is the packaging. It's on one of my cards. It's got its own packaging. See how it's all labeled? This is all set up to go out. It is a minder. I can't show you the bottom because this is the only one I have finished. But if you can see that, there's some purple on the bottom. I put a lot of work into this. I'm really happy about it. It's called Scented Dab. Yes. So these will be cover minders and scented wax. And it'll... And there goes my Etsy. And it'll go on sale for $6.90. I know I usually don't mention prices here, but I already know the price because I'm a child. Well, the average cost for wax, like I went around, I did a lot of research, was between $6 and $8. And there are some that are cheaper, there are some that are more, and everything else, but I determined this based on the work that I'm putting into it. The fact that it's also a cover minder, you know, it's just a whole big thing. So, and I like the number 69. So yeah, and that is the price that it's going to stay. So, we talked about Etsy, Shopify, all the other stuff. I don't know if I talked to you guys about it, because I've talked to a few people about it. And a lot of Etsy shop owners are just closing up shop and going to Shopify. Which I get it, but a lot of it is Etsy fees. Etsy has high fees, and right now I am pricing to where the Etsy fees hurt me. They hurt me a lot. Like, I don't pay myself. You know what I mean? So, which we talked about concerns about finances this week, which this was the first time I ever paid myself for Etsy, so I'm good. It was just enough that I could get cigarettes and gas. And I have some emergency money in case, you know. Basically, I did not give Michael all $130 for his fees. I just did the last year's fees, which were $60. The $70 is for this year, which his first day of school is on Tuesday. And so I have that. He has to have the 10 no matter what for his locker, which is required, which we'll get into that. Actually, let's not just, we'll get into that because I'll never go back to it. But, yeah, so in 7th grade they require you to have lockers, but it's a $10 fee, and that makes no sense to me. But they wouldn't take it on Meet the Teacher, and so he's got to have it on the first day of school. And so I have that for him no matter what. And then he'll probably get the other 60, because I have no plans for the... Because basically, he goes back to school on Tuesday, payday is Thursday. And, I have enough money to get more cigarettes, and I already got gas and everything, that I won't need that money. I just didn't want to hand over the 60 if I didn't have to, because it's not due till the end of the year. Just in case, you know, an emergency would happen. And now I've gotten my HSA card in the mail. I've got, you know, I got money on a credit card in case some, you know, an emergency. So I don't need it. You know, things are doing okay. And that makes me better. But, where was I going with that? I don't even remember. Oh, how I don't pay myself. Yeah. I paid myself this once. So I couldn't go and get supplies. I'm going on based on the supplies I already have. I did have to take some of that money and reorder some matte black because I messed up a little bit and I went through a lot of matte black when I should have only gone through a few sheets. And I got orders with matte black on them. So that's coming tomorrow. I was going to go to Hobby Lobby, but I didn't want to waste my gas. And same thing, like Michael's, all that. They're all at least a quarter of a tank gas away, like quarter tank round trip. Yeah. I'm not telling you how much time, I'm telling you how much gas, because that's how I have to think right now. Just to be sure. Which my mom, I dropped her off at Atlanta yesterday, because she took a flight down to Florida. She'll be with my aunt for the next 2 weeks. Well, it's not a full 2 weeks. Like, she left yesterday, and she'll be back on a Thursday. And she goes, oh yeah, my flight comes in 7:30. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, my flight will be in 7:30. I go, Eastern time? She goes, yeah. I go, Mom, you realize that's 6:30 our time, right? She goes, yeah. That means I gotta leave at 5. Yeah. The kids have school, Mother. So now I'm worried about Michael waking up, not Sam. Sam's very responsible. So now I'm going to have to contact my brother and figure that out, because maybe my son can stay the night over at their house, because, you know, their oldest goes to middle school. At the same time, we had an incident. So originally, the original teacher assignments, Sam and Michael had a married couple for homeroom. Sam has had the same teacher last year because in high school they keep the same homeroom all 4 years. And Michael got assigned to her husband, who is a teacher at the middle school, as his homeroom. So we go to meet the teacher and everything. He's not there. He won't be there till 4:30 because he's coaching football. And we had shown up early, whatever. And it turns out my nephew has the same teacher. So before we even left, my brother and my sister-in-law go talk to Miss, the principal, and tell her we're going to have to do something about that. Then I get a call and a voicemail left saying that my son's been moved. Not her son, my son's been moved. So now he has a teacher, which he never met the teacher, and so I had to explain to him that it's not a big deal. It's middle school. You have 4 teachers no matter what. So no matter what, you're going to have this teacher. He just won't be your homeroom teacher. Okay? And so I think he's fine with it now. Because he was upset because he was all excited about having the same homeroom teacher that's married to Sam's homeroom teacher. You know? And we were making jokes and everything else, and now it's like, for not. And what kind of upset me is usually the parent who requests that they separate is the one who has their kid moved. And so, I don't know, something like that. It has me thinking that maybe they requested that he stays in that teacher's class, and that's why Michael got moved. I don't know. But you gotta roll with the punches. You know what I mean? You gotta roll with the punches. Yeah. And with the fact that my baby, my youngest child, is 13 now. Yeah. I don't think I've actually done a proper WIP Chat. Like, I did the kid chat, but I didn't talk about this. That my baby turned 13 on 7/11. All I have is teenagers now. I got a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 16-year-old who will be 17 in October. Yeah, all my kids were born 2 years apart. Well, Sam and Josh were born 18 months apart. They're considered Irish twins. Like, the maximum an Irish twin can be is 18 months. But, well, Michael and Sam are like 26 months apart, I want to say. 27? Like 26 and a half. Because she's April and he's July, but he's halfway through July and she's the end of April. Yeah. So all my babies are teenagers. I got 2 high schoolers and a middle schooler. I had 2 high schoolers and a middle schooler last year, so that hasn't changed. Which I felt some type of way then, too. And it's funny because I've always been the youngest mom, except when it comes to Michael's class. With Michael's class, I was the same age as the other moms, but their kids that were Michael's age were always their oldest, not their youngest. So, yeah. So, we got jokes, we got everything going on. Everything's good. I've gotten all of Michael's school supplies. Hold on, I'm just grabbing some colors here. I got all of Michael's school supplies done. I've gotten, Sam doesn't get her lists until the first day of school because since it's high school, she gets, like, things that specific teachers need. Like, say her, she has driver's ed. But, which I know. I have a feeling I talked about driver's ed. Either way. Oh, my brain just had a fart. Yes, I'm pretty sure I talked about driver's ed. But, so she has driver's ed. And say, okay, driver's ed was stupid because, I don't know. She has all the standard ones, math, English, whatever. So, say her math class needs a calculator. No, it's a bad example. Say her math class needs a binder to hold their information. But that binder does not need to be exclusive. And English needs a binder that doesn't need to be exclusive either. And they just request dividers per class. That means instead of both teachers will have the binder and dividers on their list, but I don't have to buy 2, I just have to buy 1. It makes sense in my head. I'm looking for a specific color, and I think probably I already grabbed it in my brain's not thinking about it. No, I did not. I am looking for this little magic wand. Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta check. Any G's? No. Okay. Oh, and you. We'll do you first. Then we'll get to the browns. We're saving the browns for a second to last, and the black for last, because that's this big section. Yeah, I didn't set a timer, did I? That's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I have a timer. I could go set it, but no. Hold on. We gotta take a sip of coffee. Man. So, I have been watching people play The Sims with ADHD characters. And been laughing at them. Because some of these people... Y'all don't know these people. Y'all might know Miss Coffee, but she doesn't do this. But some of these people have made fun of how I can't get things done. Like, they said that I've been called lazy, and I'm one of those people. I hate this. It's like... I know you didn't mean it to hurt my feelings and shit, and so I still, like, watch you. I just don't really talk in your chat. Actually, I only talk in 2 chats. I talk in Strippins and I talk in Miss Coffee's. And so, if you see me somewhere and I'm don't talking, it could be any of these streamers. That's the best part about it. So I don't talk in this person's chat, and we've been friends for a long time, and they've called me lazy before, because, this is before I got diagnosed with ADHD, and then when I got diagnosed, they told me it didn't change anything, that, you know, that they love me, I just never get anything done. You know, I have no work ethic. And I'm like, yeah. And I go, what do you mean? You know, I've asked them, what do you mean? When it comes to streaming, I'm always busting my ass when, you know, this, that, and whatever. They're like, yeah, but think about all the projects you've started and you've never finished. I go, yeah, but that's an ADHD trait. And now they're playing around with the ADHD, trait on their sim. They created a whole new, like, world and character and everything. And our whole new save. Just decided to go brand new. We're starting off with this ADHD character. And I got a message on Discord going, oh my god. I don't know if you've been in stream. I go, yeah, I have. She goes, why don't you say anything? I go, because it's hilarious. And she apologized to me. She goes, I'm sorry I ever called you lazy, but if this is any idea of how the ADHD really is, I go, it's an over-exaggeration, but yeah. Yeah. Which Miss Coffee's even called it, because I'm like, what? Because she'll be sitting there playing her ADHD character, and she's like, oh my god, she won't do anything. She won't complete anything. She keeps getting distracted. I go, welcome to my life. Of course, in my head it goes like that, but all they see in chat, all she sees in chat is welcome to my life. You know? But I'm not medicated, so I'm a lot like these Sims. Which, I'm working on it. I don't want to be medicated, I just want to be able to do things. My biggest thing is I heard that once you get medicated, you can't have coffee. Like, you can have 1 cup, but who only drinks 1 cup? Now, speaking of coffee and 1 cup, I have reduced myself down to 2 cups a day, sometimes 3. Way to go. Way to go. I'd hit my fan. And I went to go pat myself on the back, and I hit my elbow on my fan that's right here. But I've reduced myself down to 2 cups of coffee. And I told this to Miss Coffee. I told it in the mod chat. And Miss Coffee goes, wait a minute, how many cups of coffee were you drinking? And I go, besides maybe a bottle of water, all I drink all day is coffee. And it was like, whoa. Yeah. So I've reduced myself to less than a pack of cigarettes a day. And 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. So proud of myself. Yay! I'm drinking mainly water between. Once in a while, I will have a cream soda or a root beer. I'm an IBC girl. And I'm a Coca-Cola girl. But I got sick recently drinking Coca-Cola, and I think it's because I'm not used to drinking soda anymore. But it's only the real sugar Coca-Cola I'm getting sick on. No, it's not the real sugar. Sorry. It's only the non-real sugar, like the standard Coca-Cola. So I'm thinking it's the sugars in it, which is like the high fructose corn syrup stuff. Because the IBC root beer, the IBC cream soda, and the Mexican Coke, they don't get me sick, and they're all made with. So I don't know. Can you evolve that way? Now, as I punch the thing, brief update on my knee, which I did discuss a little bit in the last video. It still hurts like a bitch. It does. Have I done anything about it? No. Have I complained about it? No. I don't complain about it. Last night, I was talking to a friend, and I went to go put weight on my knee, and I broke into tears. And that friend is like, don't. Stop doing that to yourself. Do rest and stuff like that. I was like, I am resting. That's why things are going so slow in the shop. Which is, it's a mobility issue, which I had to admit to the girls last night, too, because I apologized to them. Katie asked me about restock, is what happened. Katie asked me about restock, and then I had to finally admit the whole reason the restock hasn't come out is the mobility issue. And I felt like shit and everything else. She's like, I was just joking with you. There's no rush. And da-da-da-da. And then Elisa today telling me that she's going to need some more label frames. And she's like, but worry about your knee first. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, it doesn't hurt too bad right now. It hurts when I overbend it. And it hurts when I walk. Which is how it normally is early in the day. That's why I wanted to film early in the day so you don't hear me like wince in pain. But as the day goes on, if I move it at all, it hurts. And I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't been to urgent care. I'm more concerned about getting my kids ready for the first day of school, which again is Tuesday. After that, I swear, if I'm still having problems after this week, I will go do something about it. I just don't want to. I don't like doctors, man. I really don't like doctors. Yeah, I'm going to try to use tweezers to pick up around. It worked! No, it didn't. I lost it. There it is. Get on there. I just don't like doctors. It's, okay. In my defense, I grew up with anemia. Well, as a teenager, I had anemia. All the way up until recently when I had an ablation. And I'm not going to give details about that. If you've had one, you know what it is. If you're about to have one, you know what it is. If you even think about it, needing one, you know what it is. That's all that matters. So I had severe anemia, and it was a weird type to where it's not that necessarily you have a low red cell count, you just have an elevated white cell count, which acts like you have a reduced red cell count because it's not elevated, and so, yeah. So your iron levels are low because of this, and it's so stupid. But it also would mean that I could drop iron at any moment. At any moment. I got misdiagnosed for leukemia when I was a child and shit like that over this damn anemia. I've had blood transfusions, you name it. So, what was I saying? So, growing up, anytime I went to a doctor, I would end up in the hospital. Anytime I would, I'm going in because I feel a little lighthearted. Suddenly I'm in the hospital. And it gives you the... lightheaded was the word I was looking for. But it gives you this image in your head, this paranoia as a person, that every time you go to a doctor, you end up in the hospital, or you end up having a procedure, like when I went to a dentist and ended up losing all my teeth, but that's a different story. Well, not all my teeth, my first teeth that I lost. But anyway, you get this idea that you can't go to the hospital, you can't go to a doctor because you're going to end up in the hospital, and you don't got time for that. And I know that's not the case. I have enough logic to tell me that's not the case. They're just trying to help me, and that those were insinuating circumstances. I can't say that word. Special circumstances, but it's like a paranoia. So when in 2012, no, in 2013, no, he wasn't in school. So in January of 2012, I found myself sleeping so much. Like, we're talking about I'd sleep 36 hours at a time. When I got up to pee, I'd stumble and everything else. I wasn't getting any food in my system because I wasn't hungry. I was too weak to do anything, so I was sleeping on a couch next to a bathroom. About 4 days of this. of just nonstop sleeping and stumbling, I walked out to my car and drove to urgent care. Looking back, right, I shouldn't have drove to the urgent care. I was in no state. My car sat in that parking lot for a while because when I was at the urgent care, they go, your potassium levels are so low, we are calling an ambulance for you right now. I was like, no, he can call my husband, he can take me to the hospital. No, we are calling an ambulance for you right now. So my car stayed parked at that urgent care for a week. Alright, maybe it was 2 weeks. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. And I got sent to the hospital. In the ER, I'm on the gurney. Right? And while I'm on the gurney, they're sitting there going, she needs to go out in the waiting room. Well, we can't take her out in the waiting room on the gurney. She cannot be back here, da-da-da-da, because I came in via ambulance, right? We have no room for her, da-da-da-da-da. And the guy who had been, the great EMT, who had been sitting there with me this whole time, he goes, can you get up? I go, yeah, I can get up. So I got up. I was standing up for all of 2 seconds, then I leaned against the wall, and he goes, no, I need you to stand. And I go, well, you're about to be lucky because this wall ain't holding me up, and I collapsed. They got me a wheelchair, and I did not go in the waiting room at all. Instantly, they put me in, and they started my admittance. They said, nope, 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 we're not even going to look because passing out like that is just not. This is an emergency situation. We need to go know what's going on. And based on my history of anemia, so I got put into the hematology and oncology. It's the oncology ward, which is also hematology, because usually a hematologist is an oncologist. You don't know what that is? That's a cancer doctor. So we went through all that. And I had a blood transfusion because basically my iron and my potassium was low because I didn't eat. That's all it was. But my iron, that's what was causing me to pass out or be unable to stand and everything else. The pass out and sleeping was my iron was, I think they said it was 1.2 or something like that, which your iron as a woman is supposed to be like 14. And 8, less than 8 is usually when they send you to the hospital to get the good iron shot. But no, mine was 1.2. So I got infused iron and a blood transfusion to increase my iron levels. This is all back in 2012. So it's been 11 and a half years. The last time I had a hospital stay. But, again, after that, I went almost 10 years without seeing another doctor for any needs. Like, I was sick, I'm fine. I'm fine. It actually wasn't until 2020 when I got sick, and I did a teledoc, and it ended up being a sinus infection. Or when I had to go to an ER for a migraine or something like that. Basically, it wasn't until like 10 years later, or 9-10 years later, when I was able to trust doctors to a point to realize that it was a fluke. Me waiting till the last minute is why I ended up in the hospital, So yeah, and I'm still not completely over it, as I said, me afraid to go to urgent care to get an x-ray, because what if I have osteoarthritis, It's like, I'm 36, I'm not older than that. I mean, according to my daughter, I'm 35, and I appreciate you, Sam. According to my sons, I am 50 and 60. Y'all are trolls. My sons don't watch this. Josh has not lived with me for 2 years now. He is living with his dad. His dad and I are still together. It's just he lives in my old house while trying to fix it up and sell it. And we have differences of opinions right now. He thinks our 16-year-old should be working on the house and not having a life. And at the same time, he works all day, so he's too tired to work on the house. Or that's how he put it to me. I don't know what's actually going on there, because I'm not there. But that's my difference in opinion. You can't have a 16-year-old do all the work on the house. But I am pretty sure my 16-year-old does not watch these videos. All 3 of my kids grew up with me creating content. My first video was made in 2010. And I can't remember if I was pregnant with Michael or if Michael had just been born and he was still in the ER, but I know he wasn't there. Or not ER, the NICU. I know he wasn't there. And how I had to isolate myself and wait till Sam and Josh were sleeping to try to do kind of, like, I tried to script it and it sounded so bad, so I ended up just, you know, I knew how these fights went, so I just did a voiceover with no script. And that was the videos of me doing, was it 2010? I think it's 2010. By the way, that's the videos of me doing the boss fights, like telling you how to do those, the tutorials. And WoW. There might be a couple more before that. Like, those might actually not be 2010. Those might be 2011. Either way, I'm streaming in January of 2011. Because I found out that you can be a human and that you don't have to have perfect silence behind you when you're streaming. Like, if you notice, my YouTube videos have perfect silence, and I am very good at cutting out any interruptions and all that because it's still in my head that YouTube is a machine. That people on YouTube don't want to hear my kids, they don't want to hear my cats, they don't want to see my cats in the video when they're driving me crazy. Like, Peach hopping up here earlier, you know? And so in my head, YouTube is a machine. But like I said, these kids grew up around me making content, so it's not like they're like, oh, I gotta watch mom's content. Like, there have been times that I've been streaming and my kid was supposed to be doing schoolwork. This was during the pandemic. And he'd either come down or he'd be in my chat and I'd be like, son, I'd be Joshua Luke, get back to schoolwork. We ended up having to move him right next to me because he wasn't doing schoolwork. And they had to get up and he'd start dancing on the camera. I'm like, really? Really? He has a very famous clip. We call it his famous clip on Twitch because he asked the Google machine, because we had a Google Home Mini at the time. Now we have the Echoes instead. But he asked the Google machine. I'm not going to repeat all the words because I don't want your Google machine to go off. He asked it, what does 69 mean? And the Google machine told him in detail what 69 meant. And it's a clip on my Twitch channel. And that happens to be the clip that pops up the most whenever somebody shouts me out. So yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. I was thinking about another clip that's very popular, which is a buddy of mine. I gave him the reset, or I gave mods the reset command for my Mix It Up bot when it was being buggy. And he found out that it reset. This buddy of mine found out that it resets all commands cooldowns. And there was a cooldown that had like a 10-minute command, so people wouldn't spam it. Called Let's All Dance. Which was if you have young kids, or if you were obsessed with the Baby Shark song, like most adults ended up, like weird adults like me, you know that at the very end of the song it goes, let's all dance, let's all dance. So yeah, that would just play. And so there's a clip of me giving up and going, fuck it all. Yeah, the fuck it all meme was playing in the background. Because he was resetting the commands to spam Let's All Dance, where I would get up and dance with the Let's All Dance. Yeah. It's okay, I don't remember the baking pancakes dance. And yes, you may have thought that was a complete change in subject. No. It's all the same thing. The bacon pancakes dance started the same way. I don't remember it right. I think it's baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and you put it in a pancake. No, that can't be right. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the dance to bacon pancakes, and it's driving me crazy. And I'm pretty sure if I asked any of my mods that were obsessed with that redeem, I would get the dance. But but it's not in any of my clips. It just became so natural, and I'm frustrated. Maybe it'll come back naturally. Now, while we're talking about the elephant in the room, let's actually address the elephant in the room. Streaming did not start back up in July, like I had promised. Between my knee and the shop and everything else, right now I'm having issues with a capture card, and I don't have $200 to replace it. Actually, I don't remember how much it was, but we'll just say $200. So, I can't game stream without that capture card, and you don't go there. Anybody else see me just put that over a black? So, I don't know. It's like, do I replace the capture card? Do I just go without playing games at all? Which, games is my main forte. I don't really game anymore. I mean, I'm still doing my Final Fantasy Marathon. I am up to Final Fantasy IV. Literally, very beginning of the game. I have not even started leveling. Yeah. Like, I created the characters. I went through the opening cutscenes. And, I got the first couple of chests in the castle. And now Cecil and Kane have been sent to go destroy Mist. And so I'm in the first, like, part that you're free right there. Right after the Emperor sends you on your quest to go destroy, or deliver a bomb ring to Mist. And so I'm supposed to be on my way to Mist, but all I did was save it outside the castle. And I'm like, I need to level up first. Because that's the way I am. I am going to grind a little bit. But I haven't had time. Which, of course, if I rest my knee properly, I would have time to game. Because you don't use your knee gaming. So maybe after I upload this video? That's a good idea. No, I got work to do. I am staring at my Cricut giving me the unload signal. Because I have some label frames that need to be unloaded from it. I'm using... So, I have not refilled my pen with the new wax since the beginning of the previous section. Yeah. Where'd it go? There it is. So that is working really well. I was getting to a point with PaddyWaxx Super Sticky where I was always reloading because I'm a very hard presser. At the beginning, it was stealing my drills. Like, it would not leave my drills on the canvas, but now, it's just perfect. There, you want to hear if it has a click? It probably doesn't. Oh, it still does. Very audible. Hold on. Sorry as I touch the mic. I'm trying to grab it. I'm sorry. Oh, now it's stuck to my shirt. Let me mute my mic real quick. Give me a second. Didn't mute it. My bad. Okay. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I'm gonna give this to you. Hold on. Do my best. Right here. You ready? Ah. Now remember, I reloaded this not yesterday, 2 days ago. And I did an entire section with the single. Mind you, I don't single place a lot. But anything that was 2 or less, I was single placing. I was only using the multiplacer on 3 or more. Look at that. And now I will properly turn you off while I put you back on my shirt. Of course I didn't mute it properly. I'm sorry. You just got to hear me fumble with it. And drop it. Ugh. You know what? Ignore me. I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna remove that audio at the very end. Be like, nope. Now I feel bad. You'll have it, like, cranking in your ear. I'm still using the cat-proof diamond painting trays. I like them. So I have a couple of Beauty Maids that I need to unbox, and yes, I went over the black again. And so I'm thinking about doing them together in a separate video, and like make it an unbagging. Because if y'all didn't know, Beauty Maid does not have boxes, and you can get them with bags. And I got the bags. I paid the extra for the bags, and I've had these for months. Like, before her baby was born, months. And so I'm thinking about, I got them on sale. She had a little sale. I think it was like $5 off or something like that. The little ones. And so I got them both, but then I went ahead and I got the bag, and I got the premium toolkits, and I don't remember which one's which. So I'm gonna have to go on the website and see which tray came with which painting. Honestly. But, so, I need to unbox those. And I think I got one round and one square. So I can do a test. And I know I sat there and I said I was going to make Magical Mama my next one. But I might reconsider that. This is the thing, is when we did the tag questions from Michaela and Miss Coffee. Well, we were tagged by Miss Coffee, but when we did the tag questions from Michaela, it was like, how do you decide what diamond painting you're doing? It's, my ADHD decides. And I just got really loud when I said that. But my ADHD decides. I'm sorry. And we've talked about how this channel has become more of an ADHD journey. And I'm really glad that I was able to focus some of that ADHD energy and make sure my OCD and get some stuff done. And we have so many products coming. Well, I showed you the dab. But guess what? Guess what? We got another one. We got another one. Where'd I put it? Damn it, Keona. Why do you gotta be so disorganized? Yeah, I said misorganized. Shut up. Disorganized. Look. I'll know where it is when I need it. Which I already know the price of it and everything else. Da, 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 da. Did I put it back in the box? No. No! Hold on. Money hurts. Ow! No? Oh, there it is. That dye on the table? Did I just turn my hand purple? No. It is bacon scent. So now that smells like bacon. Awesome. Awesome. Look at this. Look at this. Another new product coming. However, instead of putting a magnet on the back, I'm going to only include one magnet. So you can just slide it on up there. Since it's metal, it doesn't need a magnet. So yeah. This is our new product that's coming. And that'll be $5, like most cover minders. I usually keep the cover minders around the same price. The only reason the wax is different is because it's also wax. So that is going to be your little accessory box. You can put things like, I don't know. Let me put it back in its bag, but you could put like your multi-placers in there. You know what, when I do the photo shoot, I'll show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put wax binder, stuff like that. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good example. We can do that right now. What do we got right next to us? See what I mean? Oh, I'm not even in frame. So let's grab it. Second magnet. Right? So you got your, you can keep your little wax binders on top there, you know what I mean? And then, you got your little kitten tray in there. Does my putty fit? Alright, the putty doesn't fit. Sorry. But say you want to keep your extra multi-placers in there. I was gonna take more off, but these all have different putties that match our wax that match their pen. But yeah, you get the point. That's what I want to do. Here, let me take that off because that actually belongs to somebody. I sold that. You get the idea. Sorry, I got squirreled real quick. It happens. I was looking at something. Where? I'm like, where's my pen? It's literally right in front of me. Ah! Tanya. It does feel nice to diamond paint. It does. I have not had the time. And it is nice for, you know, resting my knee. And everybody's like, well, your work doesn't require you to get up and down. Excuse me? So I have multiple workstations, and instead of just using one station, and even if I only use one station, the Cricut, I still have to get up and down for. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, there's a lot of mobility in my work. It may not be as much as somebody who's working, you know, I don't know, construction or something, but office work, that's what you would categorize mine is. Office work has mobility in it. And yeah, it's fine for my knee because limited mobility, but at the same time, that mobility slows me down. But we're done complaining about that knee. Like I said, I'll get it looked at. I will. It's bothered me long enough that I'm like, yeah. I do have some plans for the channel. Besides talking about those mini maids, I need to show y'all my haul. Might be a little late to show that haul, but I need to figure out what I'm unboxing next. I know Autumn Kittens is coming up because I do plan to do that this year. So, Autumn Kittens, no matter what. Like, I don't care what I do next, what diamond painting I do next. Autumn Kittens is after that. I still need to do a kit down video of Magic Potion, which is also like a mini post review. I don't really post review. So, yeah. Which I don't have the video of that anymore. You know, the video of your, of panning across it. Because I cleared out my phone. I was trying to, sync my voicemail, and it said I was out of space. And all that was supposed to be going to the SD card, and it wasn't. It went to the phone, so I deleted it. I deleted every video on my phone. Nope, gone. There was like a 30-minute video from when I was on a trip where I was going to do a drive right along with me type deal instead of a WIP Chat that week, and then I scrapped the whole idea because, come on, all you saw was the road. Which I'd like to get we've talked about the Discord videos, which is similar to like what people do with Patreon, except instead of it being weekly, it's just whenever I feel like it. And it would be an unlisted video that would only go out to Discord members. You know. And it probably wouldn't have a theme around it. Like, it wouldn't be diamond painting. It'd just be more real life. So I saw that idea, like, maybe even shop work, to where I'm sitting there talking to the camera while reading vinyl. You know what I mean? Which I've thought about doing WIP Chats that way, but I didn't think anybody would watch those. So, instead of doing it like that, I'm thinking more like they are Discord exclusive. So, people can, you know, if they want to watch them, they will. If I don't get views on it, I don't feel bad. You know, it's more of a self-esteem thing. We've talked about self-esteem lately. I don't think we have. I don't think one-on-one you and I have. But, some things have happened to where some self-esteem has been eating at people. And in the end, I was like, you know, that's just that tiny little voice. All you gotta do is kick it in the balls and be the boss and know that you can handle these things. You know, and as somebody with a very low self-esteem, I have been very good at kicking myself in the balls. Like, when I released label frames, I didn't think they were going to sell. I had one sell immediately, and that was Elisa. Love you, Elisa. I had one sell immediately, and that was Elisa. And then after that, nothing. And so I had lost, I was like, okay, do people really want this? And then Miss Coffee saw them, and she bought some on stream. I'm sorry, she hit her screen and did not buy any. She just talked about them. Yeah. Y'all know she bought some. Yeah. So, and then everybody in her stream saw them, and then more people have been seeing them, and I can't keep the rainbow hollows in stock. And hollow is so hard to work with, which we've talked about, or did we talk? I don't know. But hollow is hard to work with. And Miss Crafty finds it funny. Love you, Miss Crafty. But it's like, ah. So I have 10 sheets of rainbow hollow flattening now. I gotta cut more. I'm gonna cut at least 10 more. So what it is they come on rolls, and then I gotta cut them and then flatten them. And it takes like a week to flatten. And right now I got at least 4 days until I can even make my next batch. So those waiting on rainbow hollow, you got at least 4 days before I can even think about making the patch. And if I flatten vinyl today or start flattening vinyl today, I'm just gonna wait till those are done, so you have at least a week. We're thinking maybe next Monday. At the same time, everything else is being put on hold because of these damn label frames I keep trying to keep in stock. Like, I have all these section frames made for Oz and Og, but I don't know how to get the prize packs to Shay, or prize pack to Shay, and then I'm waiting until I get those to her before listing them. Then once that's done, I can list them. Yeah. We are almost done with this section. I was going to end here shortly, but I don't know. We're just so close to ending. What time is it? I've been doing this for about an hour. It's going to be a long one then. Damn. Damn! I'm okay, I swear. So what are my plans this week? Nothing. I can't tell you my plans, because then I'll decide I don't want to do them. Or I'll be pressured so much that I'll feel so much stress to do them, and then I'll still never do them. You see what I'm saying? It's a torturous life. A torturous life. Alright, that's as far as you're getting. That's as far as you are getting. So, we talked about a lot about nothing during this video. We really did. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I can't tell you when the next video will be out. But if you liked what you heard today, or you want to hang out, whatever, leave a thumbs up, right? Thumbs up if you liked what you saw today and you want more of it. Leave a comment down below. Anything. Tell me hi. Tell me how you doing. I'm curious. And don't forget to click on my face if you want more like this. Oh my god, my finger's huge. Yeah, down here. Go over here and click on my face and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more like this. Okay, either way, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!